Hello, everyone. Well, right now it's 5:43 a.m. in the morning, so I just got up from bed, and there's something that's really been on my conscience that I just know I need to get out. I need to say. I need to pretty much break the silence on this very, very important topic. Now, what I'm about to say is probably going to ruffle a lot of feathers, and I could actually literally get killed for it. I know that for sure, as in I could get murdered for it. Mm, but it comes to a point where you have to say enough is enough. And in the Bible, it says that let your light shine before men. You know, if you're a candle and you can't put a candle under a bowl in the room, you have to put that candle at the highest point so it shines bright and lets everyone see. And that's how the truth is like. If you know the truth, you can't just keep it hidden to yourself and just walking around with it. You gotta pretty much let everybody know. Sometimes it manifests in very strange ways, like screaming out of windows, which I'm not saying you should do, but it's understandable why some people, when they go a little off, they do that because there's some things that have to be said. People need to know this truth. And this is a truth that I had known for a very, very long time. But now that I am an older man in my 30s, it's becoming more and more and more evident. And so, yeah, I'm going to say this and I'm going to break the silence. This is the truth, and you can take it whether you want to or not, but the truth will always be there. But there's something that I noticed about the media in this country, the United States. Okay, I'm going to just be blunt, straight to the point. Um, the U.S. government, the elite, the powers that be, they always talk about diversity, diversity, blah 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 blah. But if you can actually, when you see the world through an objective point of view, a more objective point of view, it's very, very, very obvious what's going on behind the scenes, and it is insanely obvious that the ones who run this show, which are mostly a lot of rich white dudes in the U.S., they are very, very racist. The ones who run the media, they are very, very racist, and they are deliberately, pretty much attacking the black community. They're trying to control your mind control. I know it's crazy, right? But they are literally trying to control your mind through the media, through the pop stars that they put in the media. All of these Lil Waynes, these Cardi B's, these 50 Cents, these Jay Z's, all of the music that they're making, musicians, magicians, they're kind of similar words, right? There are these Lil Uzi Verts. There's literally a guy called Lil Uzi Vert. I'm like, holy crap! But they're pretty much using the media, music industry in particular, also even Hollywood a little bit, to pretty much brainwash you people, and pretty much so that you're constantly in that carnal state where you're constantly thinking about drugs, you're constantly thinking about sex, you're constantly thinking about money, you're constantly being very violent, angry, and aggressive, and you're just not thinking at a very high level. Okay, all of these rap stars, I don't even call them rap stars, I call them crap stars because their music is filth, the language is filth, and many of them are very racist. They're tricking you into thinking that you are something that you are not. Okay, because first off, the white folks, they stopped calling you the N word a long time ago. So that word could have been even moved on from, but the mostly these black rap stars, they're perpetuating it very badly. They're putting it in your head. I didn't even know what the N word was until I was like, I left the United States though, but until I was like 13. We kids, we don't really grow up with that stuff. We learn it from you guys coming down. All these Lil Waynes, these rap stars saying, "This is what you are. This is what you are, nigga." And I'm like, oh wow, really? Because first off, that is a very demonic word, and that is used to pretty much cut you down and make you think that you are some kind of inferior being. And they once you start thinking, oh, I'm a nigga, therefore I should be treated this way, or I'm lower than these people, and it's really disgusting and it's twisted. Because that word, it should have never been used. Okay, I'm not gonna even discuss that word, but let's just move on here. We have rappers who make songs like WAP, wet ass pussy. Really? They're trying to brainwash you. It is mind control, and this is the reason why Tupac was killed. By the way, if you're someone who thinks that Tupac was killed by Diddy or this, that, just know the media is freaking tricking you. Okay, they are tricking you. Tupac was killed by the U.S. government, all right, the CIA, 10 years ago. I remember watching the video on YouTube, very, very clearly in my memory, of a whistleblower pretty much saying the same thing, all right? It's these rich, white, powerful white dudes. They control the media, and they take the worst of your community, the very, very worst, and they give them all the money in the world for them to make these songs singing about drugs, singing about a lot of sex, singing about violence, and vile, stupid things, cussing, all that kind of stuff. And they say, here you go. And as a young black person, like a young black kid, you're gonna be looking for role models, cool guys to look up to. In your mind, you're very vulnerable to be snatched up by these dudes and their false teachings. Okay, it is antichrist. It is, I repeat, it is antichrist. They will try to brainwash you with this crap, with this 50 Cent crap. 50 Cent, all of his songs about murder and murder and murder. Since when was it cool to be a murderer? And then your young black people, they're shooting each other because of this. It's insanely obvious. It is called mind control. All right, they are influencing your behavior. And the U.S. government, make no mistake, they are very, very racist. And they may try to kill me for telling you this. All right, and that's fine. If they want to kill me, that is absolutely fine. But there will be consequences. Because first off, your country is in a mental health crisis. And the media isn't even only affecting black folks. It's also affecting the white folks too as well. So that's another video topic. Right now, I'm just trying to fix this problem. So I don't want people to be murdering each other. I don't want people killing each other. But the U.S. government, they're very, very racist and they're classist. All right. The elites want the power to be concentrated in a small minority of people, mostly white. But what they do is that they give some black people money and bring them up in that group. So they work as like, they see them as like shills, all right? So a black person will look up and see, oh, well, they're black people up there, so therefore they're not racist, and I have a chance to going up there, and, you know, things are so to give you kind of like hope. You can be like Kevin Hart, you can be like Jay-Z, you can be like Beyonce, 15, look at all these black people, but up who are rich, but no. They're trying to make you as dumb as possible. Your music, black people, these are beautiful people. I lived in Africa. I know plenty of black people. Many of them very smart. They're very intelligent. But you come to the U.S. and all this rap music, it's carnal filth. All right, and I like rap, but you can use it for as a power for good. I myself, I can even rap. In high school, I performed a rap. Okay, but your rap does not have to be about all the time about sex, like really explicit sex, drugs, violence, and money. Because that's all I'm hearing in the rap music. The guy's just blah, blah, blah. He sounds literally like he's drunk when he's talking. Like just sort of like what's in the Bible. The rulers of the world, they're drunk with the harlotry of the whore of Mystery Babylon. Okay? That book was written 2,000 years ago. They're talking about now. You're drunk with the harlotry of the whore of Mystery Babylon. If you read your Bible, you know that they're talking about that in Revelations. They're referring to the system of commerce, all right? The system of commerce. And it isn't just the black people who are drunk. Everyone's pretty much drunk. What I'm making this video because I wanted to warn the black community that they're specifically targeting you with a lot of intensity and force. And it is insanely obvious that they're doing that. And unfortunately, they are succeeding. And it breaks my heart because I see a lot of these young black kids at my work, and they're so innocent and they're so sweet, and they're just like any other children. But then they kind of grow up with these Cardi B's and these 50 Cents and these Lil Uzi Verts. What, Lil Uzi Vert? Lil Lucy Vert? I'm like, really? It's right in your face. And then some of them, unfortunately, may start acting you. It's like what's written in the Bible. If the foolish man built his house upon the sand, and when the wind came, the house came crumbling down. If your foundation isn't built upon a strong moral core, like the gospel, compassion, Jesus, then during tough times, when you're under stress, you're going to do something stupid. All right? See, I was blessed. You know, I've always been a very empathetic person ever since I was a young kid. Very empathetic, maybe even sensitive, and also in addition, I grew up in a Christian family. I am no longer Christian, by the way. I am not a Christian, but I do believe in the gospel of Christ very, very much, and Jesus is my close pal. So I listened to this gangster rap stuff when I was a kid too. Yeah, these musicians, they're like magicians because they have these nice, cool beats that kind of feel nice, but then they'll be saying words too, and their words are like spells, incantations, and in those words, they are vile, they are evil, they are anti-Christ. But you're like, as a kid, whatever, because the beats and the feels cool, right, right. But eventually, you kind of grow up and you're like, wait, hold on a second, what is it that I'm listening to? Because in real life, people are actually murdering each other, and it is not cool. It is not funny, and it is not okay. And you are way too old to be acting this way. There are way too many. There's way too much money in this country for people to act this way. And stop trying to trick and brainwash black people into thinking that they are something that they are not. Okay, just stop it. Because unfortunately, that's what the U.S. government and the media are doing, and they're succeeding very, very well. You know, so if you are a black African American mother or father, then I hope it's your job to shelter your kids from these 50 Cents and Lil Uzi Verts and these Jay-Z's and Beyonce's and Cardi B's. That's what you have to make sure. And the best way to do that is through Jesus. All right, gospel. A lot of people, all these guys, they're gonna get angry at me for saying this, but if they want to kill me, that's fine, because there's certain things that are worth dying for, and I'm willing to die for this. But I'm not just gonna sit by and just watch you guys have your way with these young kids, because even Christ said that there will be consequences for doing this, for what you're doing. He said that if any of you are guilty of leading these young ones astray, it would be better for you to tie a rope around your throat and attach that rope to a rock and throw yourself in the ocean for your punishment. So all of you white elites who are doing this deliberately, and also you black elites too, who are joining ship with them. You're trying to brainwash. You betray people who look just like you when you sell them this crap. 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, I'm talking to you because you are one of the worst of the worst of the worst. And if you don't repent and come back, you're going to get it hard. You're going to get it badly. And that's a whole nother video topic. That's a whole nother video topic. Right now, this is something very, very important that has to be said. If you are a young black person, or just first off, you need to stop listening to these mainstream black crap artists because they're always talking about filth. They want you to be in that carnal state where you're thinking about sex, 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 money, 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 drugs, 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 woman, 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 and just stupid shit, stupid, vile, carnal garbage. And I just would like to let you know is that you don't have to listen to these people, and just know that there's plenty of music out there, beautiful music out there, made from people of all different ethnicities. And you don't, just because the artist doesn't have the same skin color as you, does not mean that you can't identify with them and really appreciate their art. And so I just would like, this is my warning to you. I'm just trying to let you know is that the media is very, very insidious. It is very, very insidious. By that, I mean it can infiltrate your mind without you even realizing it, and it can program you to act a certain way that is like different from what you truly are. So you need to be very, very careful what you're taking into the media, because it is insanely obvious what these white elites are trying to do to you people. All right, your great great grandparents, your ancestors who lived in this country, they weren't like those are very hard working, humble people, and they weren't like this now, but they're using the media to really brainwash you. Do you understand? Because look at me, I look just like you. I'm of African descent. Yet I know for a fact that I am not some carnal, druggy, twisted animal that they're trying to make you believe that you are on a subconscious level. Okay? There is so many different things to sing about, so many different things to learn about, so many types of different music to enjoy. But when I'm like listening to like these crap stars and every single song is about sex, 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 drugs, 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 money, 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 partying, 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 Oh, cars, 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 mansions, mansions, babes, babes, woman, woman. It's weird and it's stupid and it's dumb. Okay, and don't get me wrong, there is a place for having sex, and I'm not saying those things are bad, but I'm saying when you're constantly beating that stuff in your mind every day of every hour, you're gonna be in this dumb state. You won't be thinking intellectually. You won't. And you can make music. You can use rap for as a force for good, and you can talk about so many different cool things. I myself rap. I wrote many raps. I mean, just express yourself, but it doesn't have to be that what I'm hearing. Let me give you a good example. Example where someone uses rap in a very intellectual, cool way is Zach Hemsey. If you listen to his music, you'll be like, whoa, you can rap about all kinds of stuff. You can tell stories. Tupac, too. But as I said, Tupac was using rap as a force for good. And Tupac knew what was going on, by the way. He knew very, very well that what I'm saying is true. I watched this DVD. It's called Tupac Resurrection. And in Tupac Resurrection, he actually even publicly even says somewhere in the DVD, he's like, oh yeah, I know, you want me to be some angry wild thug with a gun, like, let's wave it around. Tupac knew. So he's like, I'm going to play these guys. They want to play me, I'll play them. So he started rapping about social issues, communities in need, and he was bringing the classes together. The whites were listening to him, the blacks were listening to him, everyone. They were like, this guy is like, he was that whole thug life thing. He was like being an advocate for those guys down there who were struggling and who were dying and being forced into this thug life. And he said you have to try to have sympathy towards these people. He wasn't glorifying the gangster lifestyle. He wanted you to have sympathy towards these people, and try to help them and give them kind of a little bit of attention. I feel bad for them, but yeah. So they pretty much killed him for that, and he knew it. So that's why he made that song Changes. And changes that, to me, he was even wearing white in heaven. He knew he was going to get killed for it. He knew. And that was, what was it, 20 years ago? Anyway, so, yes, he was killed by the U.S. government. I'm pretty sure of that. I mean, I saw a video even 10 years ago, a white dude wearing a suit. He was sat down and he just straight up said what I am telling you 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I kind of knew, but now it's insanely obvious that what he's saying is true. He was killed. He was assassinated by the U.S. government because he went against the mind control program of the black community. They're very classist. They want you to stay down there in that level. They do not want you to move up. They do not want you to be educated. Okay? Your ignorance allows them to enslave you and to control you. The U.S. government, unfortunately, the United States of America, this is like one of the most Luciferian countries in this whole goddamn planet. All right. Yes, it's Luciferian. And I think we have to start using that word more often to describe what we're seeing here. Because enough is enough. We're at a breaking point of this, of our land or country. And all of this racism, it just needs to end. Because if it doesn't, then eventually we're going to reach a tipping point where everything is going to get destroyed. I mean, there's a lot more I can say, but I think I've said enough for now. So, in short, the media is it is toxic, and they're brainwashing you people badly. So I'm just warning you need to be very, very careful and start asking more questions, start thinking more. Because it's alarming that nearly every rap song is about drugs, money, sex, cars, and all kinds of these things, and just dumb things that do not matter. Rap is so powerful. It is so powerful, and you can use that as a tool for good or creativity or even just for fun. But it doesn't have to be that kind of art that you're doing, where you're talking about stupid things that make you that push you down that carnal state. All right. You can rap intellectually. An example of that is Zach Hemsey. All right, he's very good at rapping, and he raps. He tells these stories and all kinds of stuff like that. You can do that too, but you don't have to be so foul. You don't have to be so vulgar, and you do not have to be so carnal, because they like it when you do that. They want you to be in that carnal state, so you'll be dumb and controllable. And then just like the Bible says, when the wind blows, the house will come tumbling down. All right. So you have to build your house foundation upon Jesus Christ, which is the gospel, compassion. All right. So, because when you're under a high amount of stress, when you're under a very high amount of stress, then you're gonna start extroverting things inside of you. And if it's all filled with carnal violence, because 50 Cent, he's a preacher of the devil. He's a Luciferian preacher. So if you listen to 50 Cent all the time, 50 Cent is your God, your preacher. Excuse me. If you're under a high amount of stress, there's a good chance, and you're not built on a strong foundation, it's a good chance you're gonna pull the trigger, boom, and murder somebody and think it's cool and even smile about it. So I can go on talking about this for a very, very long time, but I think I made my point. All of your rap stars, your crap stars, your Cardi B's, your Megan Thee Stallions, your 50 Cents, your Jay-Z's, your Beyoncé's, all of these carnal people with the carnal filth need to shut up. Because you people, first off, you're going to get it. This video isn't even directed to you. I'm directing this video to the people, the African American citizens of America. And many of them, they may be angry at me for saying this. Or those, if they want to, that's their right. But this is for anyone who has eyes to see and ears to hear. Okay? Look, I look just like you. All right, I'm on your side. I want you to be well. I want you to prosper. I'm on the side of Christ. Christ said what? He said that he will come so that you will have life and have life more abundantly. All right, have life more abundantly. But it's sad because, you'll be walking and you're hearing a car and they'll be playing this gangster movie music with these, basses, and every time they're rapping about some carnal filth. And if you were an extraterrestrial and you're walking on this planet and you hear this music, you're like, what the hell is this shit? But anyway, okay, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to leave it at that. All right, so right now it is 6 in the morning, so I'm going to just have to carry on my day. Everyone, take care, and remember, a lot of people will not like this, and if I get fucking murdered or shot or killed or whatever like that, just know it could be the U.S. government or whatever like that. I don't know, but whatever, I'm okay with that. Take care, everyone.